Welcome to the Viral Solutions podcast. Today's topic is about Google redesigns and how that can affect your organic search rankings and what to do about it. So here it is, the 5th of November 2020. And over the many years, Google has undergone many changes and made countless updates. And if you've been using a search engine for a while yourself, trying to find businesses to do business with, you've probably noticed an increase in the number of ads at the top of search results. Unfortunately, that shift in prioritizing paid ads has led to many sites losing their organic search rankings for certain long tail keywords. Now, we don't want to paint Google into a bad light because we know they're the source, right? I mean, it's a verb, it's a noun, it's the name of a company, you name it. Without the behemoth search engine that Google is, you and I wouldn't be able to snag exposure to their 1.5 billion active users. Now, with that said, you and I have probably been feverishly working on our search engine optimization, also known as SEO. But your traffic may have never really lived up to the hype. And you might be feeling a little bit frustrated, and we get it. Fortunately, there's a solution, and that's all about leveraging the platform wisely to get the most out of your marketing campaigns. But first, let's kind of talk about organic search rankings and the whole evolution of Google and the changes to organic search rankings so we make sure we're all understanding each other here. So if you weren't already aware, Google's mission is, and I quote, organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. They strive to provide users with the most comprehensive search engine experience possible. That means displaying relevant information from non-advertising websites on search result pages. In our industry, we call these organic search results, and they show up below advertised results. So if you were to Google search, say, for backpacks, I've got one on my screen in front of me. The top two are ads, says ad right next to the URL. Then the third one down is Amazon, and then gearpatrol.com, and then wired.com, where they talk about the 12 best laptops. Okay. So those first two are paid ads, and the next three that I mentioned would be organic. If you want a screenshot of things like this and see these things in detail, you can come to the viralsolutions.net blog, and you'll find this article. So years ago, each Google search result page displayed 3 to 4 organic results without users needing to scroll down the page to see them. And these top spots on page 1 garnered a lot of traffic for the lucky ones who snagged those coveted positions. But let's face it, Google's in business just like anybody else, and that means they want to make money. And one way to do that is by allowing advertisers to place ads for keyword search results on that page above organic results. Google's been slowly edging out organic search results in favor of paid advertisement. and it's now rare to see organic search results displayed above the fold, which means visible without users needing to scroll down, especially when short and or generic queries are used. The search engine even tried testing what some viewed as a questionable redesign earlier in January of this year, 2020. They added some small icons to organic results, which made them less distinguishable from ads. All right. You can find that source at androidcentral.com. They had a really good write up on that. Now, the update was short lived because marketers called out the search engine for its sneakiness, and Google then backtracked on its controversial redesign. And this was posted by Google on The Verge. So here's the undeniable truth, in our opinion: Google favors advertisers and will continue to optimize search results pages to bring in more money to them. If you've experienced a loss in organic search rankings, it's understandable that you may be feeling frustrated. But we don't suggest you boycott Google or throw in the towel. You just need to know how to play the game. And by taking a new approach, you can still solidify a strong traffic strategy. So here's the need for a new approach to SEO. Because of the changes to Google's search results pages, many people have started asking, as they have for years, is SEO dead? Well, we don't think so. We think it's diminished, but we certainly don't think it's dead, and here's why. One, even though scroll-happy users are not as prevalent, many still do move down past the advertisements and they click on the organic search results on purpose. Two, Google still enjoys over 92% market share in the search engine world. Sites like Bing and Yahoo can still offer marketers a decent amount of traffic, but pretty minor. Number three, Google still uses a more traditional search page design for long tail keywords. That's a string of keywords. Like, for example, on our website, we typed in plastic adjustable drawer organizers that are 8 by 12. Okay, very specific search. And focusing on long tail keywords, that can help you gain traffic without spending a lot on advertising. All right. When we typed that in, we only found one ad by uline.com, and then it went straight to organic. Using SEO to increase traffic is still worthwhile, but only when it becomes one part of a comprehensive marketing strategy, because on its own, SEO is not reliable enough to anchor the totality of business growth. When it fails, you risk falling behind if you haven't diversified. At any moment, Google can change the game. I mean, they have 92% of the search engine market. And you could lose everything because you have no control over its algorithm and search page design. So to stay in the game, you need to adopt some new tactics to future-proof your business. Here's the thing. SEO, search engine optimization, when it's done right, it focuses on improving your site and delivering high-quality, targeted content. Incorporating this type of content into your marketing strategy will always be a profit-boosting endeavor, regardless of whether you advertise. If you want to build authority and educate your target audience, creating excellent content still pays. And it's still one of the best ways to do it. Creating content just to rank in Google's organic search results, however, is not a sustainable approach. You got to have a 360-degree marketing perspective that includes a two-tier approach to search engine traffic. So SEO and organic search and ranking is just one facet of your 360-degree marketing perspective. Make sense? So let's talk about a business boosting two-tiered approach to search traffic. So we've established that Google has shifted to a more pay-to-play model over the last decade. And the search engine isn't giving away its prime real estate for free anymore. So to play the game and reap the spoils, you have to adopt a two-tiered approach. 1, create well-optimized content that speaks to your target audience's problem and how you solve that. You do this by first creating content that solves that problem and answers their questions, and then you optimize for the search engine, and that means making sure that the key phrases somebody would type in to find that article are well laid out in key positions in your article, but not stuffed. Now, if you've been working on this tactic as part of your SEO strategy and creating epic content that's still loved by your audience and readable and authentic, you are indeed a step well ahead of the game that everybody else is trying to catch up to. Because the goal here is to develop high quality content first, readable first, authentic, original, stuff people want to absorb, then work in your keyword focused pieces that satisfies that user query better than anything else available. Now, here's a typical step-by-step SEO strategy that you would use to do that. First, you'd find out what your audience's burning questions and needs and pain points are. If you don't know, step back and do some market research. Now, at viralsolutions.net, just search for how to do market research, and we got some good stuff in there. But anyway, without this market data to support your belief, your strategy, you could waste time and money testing failure-driven tactics. The next step-by-step tip is to research keywords related to these topics and pain points and try to find low competition, high volume, long tail keywords, also known as phrases. Then review the existing content in Google that ranks in the top 5 spots based upon all your research. And then aim to create well-optimized content that competes with those and that provides more value than the pieces you've found by adding more details, more examples, more graphics, more downloads, whatever it takes to increase the user experience and their opinion of value. Then publish it, share it on social media, spread it around 360 degrees, encourage others to share it and read it, and then watch your data to make sure you did it correctly and that you achieved your goal. And if you didn't, rework the piece. So what we just talked about here is a basic overview of some steps you may take when creating content you want to achieve organic search rankings for in Google or any other search engine. They all use the same kind of theory and belief. And depending on the keyword, it could take anywhere from 3 months to 3 years to rank on the first page. If you're good at this stuff, if you're consistent, if you're persistent, if you get a lot of traffic hits on page time, you have great authority, on and on and on. This is a long play game. I know there's a lot of SEO guys out there that say this is a short play. We don't agree. Point 2. Then we want you to advertise on Google as a business boosting tier 2 approach. This is a tier 2 approach. This is point 2 too. All right. So advertise on Google with those same keywords that you optimized to try and help the organic side. And while you execute your SEO content strategy, that means you're bidding on them. Okay. And you're going to get your ads and your pieces in front of your targets. In addition to getting quick traffic and exposure, you're getting lots of hits, and this is going to help you rank for it organically eventually. Because both of these two tie together. The paid side supports the organic SEO long play strategy. Google ranking signals rely on social engagement. So to get your people to engage with your content on social, you may have to boost or paid ad that content in Facebook or make a Facebook YouTube and direct them to your articles back to your site, tie all that stuff together, do so in Twitter, everything. So if you're advertising the right content to the right target audience in your ads, you'll quickly find that that type of engagement will help you with your Google content and have it be well liked, absorbed, and get a ripple effect of traffic. And by creating this content optimization process supported by Google Ads, your users in Google, and then you bidding on all of this, you are going to give it every opportunity to gain exposure in the short and the long play. That's the two-tiered approach that fuels a 360-degree marketing strategy. And that's the very foundation for rock-solid businesses that are unshaken by Google changes and industry shifts. And this is what Viral Solutions does for its clients and why its clients have gone through 2020 COVID growing double digits. Now, are there any other additional benefits to this two-tiered approach? Excuse me. Well, this 1-2 punch of approaching keyword-focused content can also benefit you in other ways. It helps you to establish these phrases, these things, the way people search for things, so that you can repurpose all of that research you've done. And then when you run advertising campaigns and bid on keywords, you'll notice that some of your keywords will be winners and some of them will be flop. And you want to take notice of your winners and polish those diamonds. Don't get into trying to polish turds. So take those winners that you've proven that people are interested in and use that in some retargeting and repurposing in other forms of content. So for example, if you've got a winning keyword or phrase from your holiday loungewear campaign, for example, and that phrase was soft, oversized loungewear, then create additional campaigns around that topic on social media, supported by running ads and all the content you post. Do the same in the subject line of your customer emails, the text messages that you send out. you'll discover that one product may perform better with others, and you'll find that different age groups and audience avatars love their content absorbed differently than others. Okay. For example, email still isn't dead. Older people still love it. Facebook is not real liked by young people because all the older people went there and they left. Okay. So this is what we mean by repurposing in 360 degrees. Now, the next point is you want to take those keywords and test them on this pay-per-click strategy. Okay. Just because something was successful organically doesn't mean the same phrase will be successful with PPC. So make sure that you are taking a look at your data and tracking of those things independently and in a mixed environment. So you want to unite those two, no question, but you want to make sure you're testing the conversion rates using PPC and organic. Use the top performers to launch your SEO campaigns instead of wasting time with keyword focused content that may or may not convert. Okay. A podcast phrase that's the same identical as your written blog, for example. Okay. So mix it up and test what you're supporting with paid and what you're trying to optimize for organic. There's a lot of testing and art to this, and just constantly refining, and that's the grind that gets you success. Consistent, persistent grind, test, measure, reloop, be patient. Because the future of organic search rankings, you got to know how to play that game. Because it might be shifting, but great marketers know how to adjust and future-proof their marketing to withstand unexpected blows. So if you're frustrated by the changes you've seen on Google search engines, it's time to try a different way, and you got to adopt. And this two-tier approach, it works. Keep creating that high-quality, well-optimized content that addresses and answers your audience's exact questions and proves that you know your stuff and you are the source to solve their problem. And at the same time, turn around and bid on that same stuff. And you'll bring in more quality traffic with that punch. This has been the Viral Solutions podcast, where at Viral Solutions, we're very committed to seeing you succeed, and our goal is to double your business. It's to grow your business with proven digital marketing strategies that will help your business in the long haul. And the Viral Solutions podcast is where you can stay up to speed with ever-changing tactics and strategies in marketing. Okay? We got free tips. You can sign up for them, put you on our list, keep you notified. It's all about it. All right? So this podcast, it was all written and researched by somebody at Viral Solutions named Katie. She's awesome. And Katie's background is an editorial assistant, blog writer, and proofreader for Viral Solutions, and it served her very well in that position here. She applies the skills she has and acquired through a lot of training she had before coming to work at Viral Solutions and the continuing education that Viral Solutions gives her. She's hands-on, very engaged with her customer, knows what she's doing. In her role, she's responsible for conducting all this research, producing various types of educational content and sales copy. And she's committed to ensuring each piece she optimizes for search still speaks to the client's target audience. She's very passionate about learning, seeks every opportunity to further expand on her knowledge of marketing and best practices. She's undergone the Story Brand Agency training. She's met the necessary requirements to become a digital marketer certified content marketing specialist and direct response copywriting specialist, as well as a Yoast SEO copywriting and keyword research certified partner. And believe it or not, she even has some free time when she reads, listens to podcasts, and spends time with those that she loves. Join us again on your favorite channel for the Viral Solutions podcast. Make it a great day.